Hi, my name is Nicole Weeks. I write Human and AI, a weekly AI newsletter, and I also host Office Hours, which is a video segment. This is it, where I answer questions from people in my life, people that write to me, people that comment on my newsletter, people that comment on my notes on Substack, and I answer questions around AI. Because we're all in this AI moment. So I want to make sure that I'm bringing you along with me. And I figure if one person has a question, probably a lot of people have that same question. So today I'm going to talk about having ADHD. I have ADHD and why I think that people with ADHD tend to get or understand AI a little bit faster than other people. And I'm also going to include 4 practical ways to use AI if you have ADHD or you just want to you don't have to have ADHD to check this out, but some of these things are useful specifically for some of the symptoms that I experience and other people with ADHD seem to experience. So, a little bit about me and my backstory. I was diagnosed with ADHD in my 40s, late diagnosed. So uh, it was about a year and a half ago that I was diagnosed. And like many people, especially women who were diagnosed later in life, I was taking one of my kids through the process of being diagnosed, and stuff started making sense to me. And if you're if you're into the memes on personally Instagram, there's also a lot on TikTok about being the overperforming perfectionist gifted eldest daughter, like all of those things, those all apply to me. And I realized very quickly that I was relating to a lot of ADHD content online as well. But diagnosed, and things started making sense to me a little bit more. And I realized that around the same time, I was like, I kind of think my AI use and my ADHD are somehow connected. So I started looking into it. I researched it. I wrote an article about it. And I posted about it on Substack. And the response has been pretty crazy. People messaging me to say, you've named how I'm feeling. And, you know, a lot of people really relate to this. So, uh, I think of it as an accommodation because there are a lot of things that I find challenging that neurotypical people don't find challenging. And there are a lot of things that I'm super great at that I attribute to my ADHD. So I looked into this, I did some research, and this seems to be the case. There's nothing conclusive, but AI rewards some of the traits that are pathologized in conventional workplaces. So, one of the things that's really cool about being neurodivergent is you can see patterns like crazy, like across unrelated things. There are patterns and you bring things together. That's why I love writing my newsletter because I'm like reading something here, I'm listening to a podcast here, I'm putting things together that other people didn't put together. And my brain is nonlinear. I'm thinking of like 5 different things at the same time. When we say ADHD, the term stands for attention deficit disorder, when really it should be like too much attention order. you know, it shouldn't be a disorder because it's really just a different way of thinking. So, attention goes to like 8 different places in 2 minutes, and you end up saying, like, what about this? What about this? What about this? It's nonlinear, and AI can handle that kind of thinking really well. So you can do a brain dump into AI, and then it'll be like, wow, I see the connection that you see, and it will maybe like help you organize your thoughts a little bit better than you are able to do. So, uh, 4 things that you can use AI for if you have ADHD to help you. Number one, use it to start the thing that you're stuck on. So, one of the things that people with ADHD brains struggle with is task initiation. It's part of the executive functioning that we may lack in terms of what we're able to do. And part of that is because when we think of a project, we're thinking of like every single bit of the project that needs to be done. We're thinking of like, oh, in 3 months, I'm going to need to do this and I'm going to need blah, blah, blah. It sounds like a lot of work. I'm freaking out. I'm just going to shut down. So instead of shutting down, go into your AI tool and say, I need help on this project. Break it into the first three concrete steps that I can do today, or help map out a timeline or a work back schedule, for instance. Each step that you map out should take 30 minutes or less, like chunking your time. You're not asking the AI to do the work for you, by the way, in this example. You're just getting it to help you to start, unless you're a project manager. And then I would love to hear your story as an ADHD project manager, because that would be really interesting. Okay, so another thing that I struggle a lot with, because not only do I have ADHD, I also have a brain injury. A brain injury, like a concussion, actually can make ADHD worse, and ADHD can make a brain injury worse. So those two things interacting, my brain can't hold memories as well as other brains, which is a shame because I really would love to be able to remember a lot of things. But what I do is when I'm in a meeting at work, we use Copilot at work. I take notes. I take very detailed notes. You could use AI to take notes for you if you find it helpful to focus in the meeting. If that's more helpful for you to like just focus and just be able to listen to what everyone's saying instead of trying to take notes, I actually find taking notes helps me remember better. But I take the notes and then I put it into AI and I say, hey, clean up these notes for me, summarize the key decisions, the action items, and the deadlines, format it as a checklist, or put it into a work back on an Excel spreadsheet. Like that's so helpful. And it's such a time suck to do that yourself, to like go and clean up the notes, and boring. And when you have ADHD, if something's boring, you tend not to do it, or you tend to avoid doing it, procrastinating. And then I have a running doc. I use Loop at work, and every summary lives there. And then when I can't remember something that happened in a meeting 3 weeks ago, I search Loop and it shows up, and it's like my brain backup. I love it. Another one, check your tone before you send an email. So this one's really useful for us neurodivergent folk who are very direct. It's interesting because having ADHD makes you really empathetic, and it makes you be able to like kind of like feel the vibe of something a little bit more than other people. But also, I am so blunt. Some people love that. I love blunt people. I'm like, tell me what you mean. Tell me what you want. I will do it like that. Like, I'm just like, tell me what needs to be done. And I love that. Some people don't like that. So you can put your email that you're about to send. This is what I do. I just type the email like I wish I could send it. Like, I need this thing from you. Can you just give it to me? And then it's like, hi, so and so, loved the email you sent me last week about blah, 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 blah. And would you mind, could you please, like, just like very, like, makes it warmer, makes it more, friendly, and or maybe more professional if that's an issue that you struggle with. Like maybe you're just like super creative and you're like, hey, I have all these ideas. Here's like bleh. It's really helpful. I do think there is something to be said, and I've written about this, about masking and helping AI helping you to mask. And listen, I'm a woman. I have ADHD. I come from a really working class background where the tone is a little bit different when you're communicating with people. All of those things are things that I'm asking when I ask AI to do things for me. And there is a trade off, right? You're trading off a little bit of your identity. So just be aware of that. Don't, turn into someone you're not. But sometimes it's really useful when you just need to get something done and people might not be as willing to help if you're considered to be rude. Uh, there's different ways of interacting with people. And I wouldn't want you to overmask, but I do think that sometimes it's necessary in a corporate environment for success. The last one I'm going to say is use AI to help you plan your time. So, I find it difficult to estimate how long something is going to take. I think it's going to take 5 minutes. And my husband says to me, that's actually going to take you half an hour. And I'm like, no way. And then, we're trying to get out the door and I'm late. He's late. He also has ADHD. The kids are late, whatever. It's kind of a hard thing because the part of your brain that tracks time, it doesn't work the same as a neurotypical brain. So one of the things that's really useful is you prompt, I have 3 hours of focus time today, and I need to draft a report, respond to these emails, prep for this meeting. Please help me prioritize and give me a realistic time blocked plan with breaks. The breaks part is like the really cool thing. So for me, when I'm really into a project, I could be doing that project for 4 hours and I won't look up. Like I will at some point go, I have to go to the bathroom. Like I don't even know what is going on in my body because I'm so focused on what I'm doing. And when you really love your work or you're really like on deadline or something like that, there's some kind of thing that's making you focus. It's really difficult to plan out your day. So you end up either doing too much on a project that's not due until next week, or you run out of time on something or what have you. So it's really useful for helping you block out your time. And that's it. Those are my 4 tips. I want to end on saying AI can be super helpful. And I also am very careful about how I use it, when I use it, and what I'm asking it to do. Uh, there have been times when I have outsourced my thinking. I have gotten AI to do something for me. And then I realize later, I'm like, I didn't check that well enough, or, there's something that's not right about it, but it's already like in an email or what have you. So just remember, like, don't mask too hard. Don't let it bring you to a level that you can't sustain. And also, don't lose yourself in the work that you're doing, um, because that might not be, first of all, it might not be sustainable, but also that would be sad because you're amazing and you should be yourself. Uh, but there are certain things that when you do have ADHD and you're living in the modern world, in the modern workplace, it might not be working. So I hope that helps. Please, in the comments, tell me, is there a way that AI has helped you with your ADHD? Has it helped you with your work, your personal life, something that, other people are able to do easily, but you weren't until you started using it? I'd love to hear your tips for me. I'm always like happy to learn what other people are doing, and I would love to hear from you. Until next week, this has been Office Hours, and I am Nicole. I'll see you next week.